Hello everyone, and welcome to my WWE Smackdown review. I'm Hei5man. First of all, I would like to apologize. I am in my bedroom right now. My wife is watching TV in the main room. So, last night, I watched about an hour of Smackdown, and then obviously Friday night, wanted to do other things, especially play Call of Duty with my brother-in-law. So, from what I saw, we had Carmelo Hayes. The mystery partner was Braun Strowman. Looks like he's going to SmackDown. Braun Strowman beats up Carmelo Hayes, wins the match. And then Roman Reigns caught an amazing video package with Paul Heyman in the back. Looks like they were in a marina in Pensacola, Florida. It looks like we are getting Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns at the Raw Netflix show on January 6th. It's going to be a tribal warfare. It's going to be Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns, one-on-one. No tag team, no interference, no tornado tag. It's going to be one-on-one. The new bloodline and the old bloodline are going to be either, you know, ringside to judge and, see what happens, or be banned altogether. As far as Cody and Kevin, I did not see what happened there. Obviously, it's leading to tonight's Saturday night's main event, which I will be going over live. I actually just signed up for Christmas run tonight, probably about 15 minutes from my house, and that starts around 5:45. Depending on how the race goes and everything, should be done by 7 o'clock, and I'll be ready to go at 8. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the SmackDown review. Now, they were in Connecticut tonight. Obviously, WWE home turf, Stanford being very, very close. So we start off with Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tangelo entering the arena. They went over last week when they attacked Apollo Crews and security, and their whole I'm sick and tired. Solo Sikoa taking the mic and saying, "I'm sick and tired of people not taking me seriously." And just destruction all around. So WWE, with their shot by shot of superstars, they had TIffany Stratton, they had Bianca Belair, they had Chelsea Green, they had Michin. Obviously, their match tonight for the U.S. title semifinals, I believe the semifinals. So we start off with Jimmy Uso with a promo. So Jimmy Uso walks out with a crutch. Obviously, he broke his toe in War Games. He's saying, I'm going to heal up, and 2025 is going to be hopefully a big year for me. So he gets in the ring, and the fans chant yeet. He tells them that that's the wrong twin, and he laughed. He tells the fans that War Games was lit. War Games did not get Big Jim, but he got his big toe. He said that the War Games to him meant everything, because you sit there with family, and you might be not or always fight with, but he said you can throw the ones up together, and he raised his fist in the air, and the crowd did the same thing. He said that the OG bloodline came out on top, and the War Games is behind them. He says what is in front of him, that is the question. For years, he has been watching his family dominate and entertain the WWE universe since he was young. Little kid, he goes like this, in the crowd. And the fact that he gets to do this is a dream, and he's proud for this. He watched Roman Reigns become the most dominant champion, and he's proud of that. The fans chanted OTC, OTC. He said he watched his twin brother, main event Jey Uso, become one of the hottest superstars today, from a childhood memory to a real life dream. He is proud of that. He's also proud of his little brother, Solo Sikoa. The fans boo, of course. He says he's proud of Solo Sikoa, but he might not like what he's doing. But he also finds himself, and he asks what everyone is saying, and that's what's next for him. What's next for Big Jim? And his answer is, I don't know. But he wants everyone to ride with Big Jim. It's a big year for Big Jim. He might be the Royal Rumble winner. He might go after the United States Championship. He said he might go even after the WWE Universal Undisputed Championship. big year in front of Big Jim, and nothing will stop him from doing what he likes to do. There's no Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jay, or Wiseman. He just showed up with one big toe and a big new year coming for him. Jimmy Uso drops the mic, turns around, and Drew McIntyre hits him with a claymore. So not only did he take out Jay, not only did he take out Jimmy, but he took out he took out not only did he take out Sammy, but he took out Jimmy as well. So obviously we're getting Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre tonight. Sami Zayn obviously looking on. How will this determine his rage for tonight's match against Drew McIntyre? We shall see. After the match, Nick Aldis, Drew with rights on Jimmy, but out comes Nick Aldis and WWE officials. Nick pulls Drew away and Drew laughs. He looks at Jimmy and leaves the ring. Nick Aldis basically, tells Drew McIntyre to get out of the ring. And Drew just smirks. He gets him out of the ring. Very good beginning segment. Very good beginning segment. Obviously, like I said prior, Sammy's seeing this with open eyes. And what is Sammy going to do to Drew McIntyre? He's probably going to bring that up. And we shall see tonight at Saturday Night's Main Event. So then we have TIffany Stratton backstage for her match. But in comes Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Nia tells Tiffy that she has faith in her, but it's all about Tiffany's legacy. She doesn't need to use cheap tactics, and she wishes Tiffany luck and walks away. Tiffany continues to get ready. Drew McIntyre is backstage with Nick Aldis, and Aldis tells him he can't be doing stuff like that. He turns around, and in comes Bianca Belair and Naomi. Bianca asks him if it's a good time to talk or not. Nick turns to Drew and tells him to go to the office. Drew goes like this. So he leaves, and Nick tells Bianca the investigation is still ongoing. He tells Bianca that he didn't see any other option than her hanging to relinquish the title. Bianca tells him no, and Naomi tells Nick that if Bianca needs a tag team partner, she can step up to the plate. Bianca agrees and says it has been done before, and Naomi has always had her back. Nick says he will run it up with management, but if they do it, they'll have to be ready to defend their titles as early as next week. Bianca and Naomi tell him they are ready, and Nick Aldis enters his office. A lot of people are saying Naomi did it. Obviously, they have to look at security footage of who attacked Jade. And this is leading to, obviously, Bianca Belair and Naomi teaming up, only for Naomi to turn her back on Bianca Belair. They're going to lose the title to somebody, and Naomi is going to smirk and basically tell her without telling her it was me all along. They might show video footage back. They might pull a Shawn Michaels Triple H back in 2002, when Triple H attacked Shawn Michaels, and they showed the webcam, the security footage. I was luckily there in attendance. That was a great. It led to their SummerSlam match in 2002. But then it brings me back to when they showed Jade on the car. Piper Niven was clearly in the shot, walking away. Now, was that to throw off the crowd? Possibly. And yeah, it was, getting you to think it was Piper Niven when all along. Looks like it was Naomi. Naomi being a heel. We'll see. I don't recall her being a heel, but if she was, if she was, I don't remember, but I'm sure she'd be a good heel. So we have the Women's United States Championship match, TIffany Stratton versus Michin. Second thing. So backstage, when I talked about Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and TIffany Stratton prior, Nia Jax kept going on and on about wanting Tiffany, hoping she wins the United States Championship because that would basically, kind of throw Nia near, kind of throw Nia in the clear of her getting the Money in the Bank briefcase and her cashing in on her title. So it looks like Nia Jax wants nothing to do with Tiffany Stratton and her, Money in the Bank briefcase and her beating her for the title. So I just want to throw that out there too. So the match went underway. Michin with the dropkick on Tiffany Stratton, and then she hits her with a right hand. Michin with a hurricanrana, followed by a shoulder tackle. Michin throws Tiffany outside of the ring. Michin gets into the ring apron, but Tiffany trips her up. Tiffany on the ring apron, and she hits Michin with double knees. So kind of speeding up here. So back from break, Tiffany hit Michin with an Alabama slam. She goes for the cover, but Michin hits Tiffany with an Alabama slam. She goes for the cover, but Tiffany kicks out. Tiffany places Michin on the top rope. She climbs to the second rope, but Michin headbutts her down. Michin gets to the top rope, and Tiffany trips her up. Tiffany gets her on her shoulders and runs a senton. Tiffany goes for the prettiest moonsault ever, but Michin gets her knees up and moves. She hits Tiffany with the eaten defeat. She goes to the cover and gets the pin. So, the winner was Michin. So it looks like Nia Jax's plans of getting Tiffany Stratton to win the United States Women's Championship is all gone. So Tiffany has no other direction than to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase. So Nia Jax is a little nervous. I don't blame her. So we cut to a pre-recorded video with DIY. This was great. I saw this on TV last night. Basically, they were talking about Motor City Machine Guns, or no, they were talking about the Bloodline, and Motor City Machine Guns came in. They were the hot new ticket, and they win the championships, and then the Bloodline, screwed up screwed DIY over, winning the tag team titles, and they weren't sure how to get them back, and they found a way. Obviously, playing possum with Motor City Machine Guns, arguing week by week, and then last week getting there. I 100% think that they attacked the Street Profits last week, only for them to get a tag, only for them for Nick Aldis to say, okay, you guys can get the tag match. 100%. I think it was them who did that, and they got their tag match. They played possum by Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano arguing, and then out of the blue, Tommaso Ciampa was distracting the ref. Johnny Gargano hit Sabin with a low blow, and the other guy was like, "What? We're best friends. How could you do this?" Super kicks him in the face, and then they go for the meet in the middle, and they get the win, and they win the titles. So another video package with Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns is on a marina with Paul Heyman in the back. He says it was a rough year. Not that long ago they ran everything, and it's in the spring and the summer it fell apart. He lost his title. He lost his wise man. He lost the bloodline, the entire bloodline. But most importantly, he lost his Ulafala. He tells Solo that 4 years ago, Solo wasn't there. He didn't take the Ulafala, he earned it. From his father and uncle, they crowned him with that responsibility because he was the one that led the family. All that matters to him is his family, his Ulafala, and the responsibility he has for that. He then said, on January 6th means Netflix, but for him, he challenges Solo Sikoa to a match. He will take back his bloodline. He will take back his Ulafala. He will take back his respect. And once he gets that respect, the whole world will have to acknowledge him. They're really setting up the Netflix show to be like a WrestleMania. I guarantee you Stone Cold is going to be there. Undertaker might be there. The Rock is 100% going to be there. John Cena is going to be there. CM Punk is going to be there. McIntyre is going to be there. It's going to be all hands on deck. I also think that Becky Lynch is returning on that show, and this match was announced. I also heard rumors that CM Punk and Seth Rollins is happening on that show as well. Like I said, it's going to feel like a WrestleMania. All hands on deck. For those of you who don't have Netflix yet, I suggest you get it, especially for the first episode. I don't know if there's a trial going on for Netflix, but I suggest you do it at the beginning of the year. That way you can watch, see Netflix for yourself and then watch the debut of episode of Raw. Might have a different feel as far as production. We'll see. I mean, I'm very excited for that show. I will be live for that as well. We cut backstage and see Legado del Fantasma with Nick Aldis. Santos Escobar tells Nick Aldis people are getting hurt every week. He asks him what kind of bingo he's running, and maybe they better back off with Adam Pearce. Pearce tells Angel to call Adam Pearce, and they walked away. So it looks like Legado del Fantasma wants to go to Raw. Kind of the shake up there. We shall see. Definitely we shall see. So in comes Carmelo Hayes, and he tells Nick Aldis that he might make light of work. He will make light work of his mystery opponent next. Nick Aldis then goes, light work? Yeah, good luck with that. So here comes the match. It's Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Strowman. So I'm gonna speed up here. Strowman goes for a spear onto the corner, but Hayes moves, and Strowman hits the turnbuckle. Hayes with an elbow to the back of the head. He goes for a cover, but Strowman kicks out. Hayes climbs the top rope and goes for a crossbody, but Strowman catches him and hits him with a running power slam. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. Braun Strowman wins. So Byron Saxton is backstage with LA Knight. Byron asks him how concerned he is with Solo Sikoa. LA Knight says the one thing he has done his entire career is to make sure he handles his business in his way. He was asked if to be involved at War Games, but he said no. It wasn't his business. He doesn't care about the Ulafala. He called it the Hulafala or Ulamaga or something like that. Something not the Ulafala related. He is worried about gold. He tells Byron that his entire bloodline family can go to hell with one who gives a damn about his Jey Uso. LA Knight says he'll let Solo's red necklace get in his way. He let Solo's red necklace get in the way of his gold belt, and Solo will remember whose game this is. LA Knight, yeah. So then we go to commercial break. Back from break, out comes Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline for Solo's match. Solo goes on the microphone and fans chant, "You suck." Solo tells them to acknowledge him. Solo is about to speak and LA Knight's music hits. So then Solo Sikoa with Bloodline versus LA Knight. So I'm going to speed up here. Let me see what I can look at. Okay. So LA Knight throws Solo Sikoa into the ropes. But Solo hits him with a Samoan drop. Solo runs towards LA Knight, but LA Knight hits him with a boot to the face. LA Knight climbs to the second rope and he lands a bulldog. Solo gets back up and he runs towards LA Knight, but LA Knight lowers the top rope and Solo falls to the outside of the ring. LA Knight goes for a baseball slide, but Solo moves out of the ring and LA Knight hits Tama Tonga. Solo slams LA Knight onto the announce table. Commercial break. And then back from commercial. LA Knight with a running knee to the face. LA Knight goes to the BFT, but Solo pushes him and slides onto the ring. LA Knight, is it raining out? No, sorry about that. LA Knight throws Solo back into the ring, and Solo hits LA Knight with a super kick. Solo goes for the Samoan spike, but LA Knight hits him with a side effect. LA Knight climbs the second turnbuckle and lands his elbow drop. He goes for a cover, but Solo kicks out. Jacob Fatu is on the outside, and he gets up. he drags LA Knight to the outside and he headbutts him. And then the winner by disqualification was LA Knight due to Jacob Fatu's interference. So after the match, Jacob throws LA Knight into the barricade. He runs and slams into LA Knight. Jacob and Tama Tonga throw LA Knight back into the ring. Solo grabs LA Knight and hits him with a Samoan spike. Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu get back into the ring, but out comes Andrade and Apollo Crews. Now this is where the spoilers come in. So apparently it's going to be the Bloodline against Solo Sikoa. It's going to be the Bloodline against LA Knight, Apollo Crews, and Andrade next week on Raw. Is taped tonight in Connecticut. I'm going to go over the spoilers next Friday on the short, so look out for that. So then Andrade hits with a flying clothesline and onto Jacob, but Solo hits Andrade with a Samoan spike. Crews with right hands onto Tama Tonga. He runs to the ropes, but Solo hits Crews with a Samoan spike. The Bloodline stands in the ring and raise their fists in the air. Braun Strowman, Pretty Deadly, and A-Town Down Under. We cut backstage and see Braun Strowman walking. He's stopped by Pretty Deadly. They tell him that they've been trying to find a monster for months, and needs the perfect amount of hideous. They give him a transcript of their play, and he walks away. In comes A-Town Down Under. They ask Strowman if he would like to be a guest on the Grayson Waller Effect next week. Strowman tells them that he will see them next week. Strowman walks away, and they celebrate. It looks like, from spoilers, we're getting Strowman versus Carmelo Hayes again next week, and Carmelo Hayes gets a win. So we have the commercial. We have Bayley versus Chelsea Green for the women's championship match. The winner of this match goes on to tomorrow night to face Michin for the United States Women's Championship. So let's speed up here. Bayley with an arm drag takes down, followed by a clothesline. She goes for the cover, but Chelsea kicks out. Bayley with an arm drag takes down. She goes for the cover, but Chelsea kicks out. A clothesline by Bayley, and Chelsea rolls to the outside of the ring. Bayley with a baseball slide. Bayley chases Chelsea back into the ring. Chelsea distracts the refs but Piper trips Bayley. Chelsea goes to the cover, but Bayley kicks out. Commercial break. So Bayley with an elbow places Chelsea on the ring apron and suplexes her on the outside. She throws Chelsea back into the ring and lands a back suplex. She goes for the cover, but Chelsea kicks out. Bayley climbs to the second rope, but Chelsea trips her up. Bayley falls onto the mat. Chelsea climbs to the second rope and goes for a splash, but Bayley moves out of the way. Bayley with a knee to the face, followed by a sunset flip. She goes for the cover, but Chelsea kicks out. Bayley goes for the belly to belly, but Chelsea reverses it onto the cover, and Bayley kicks out again. So then Chelsea hits Bayley with a Rough Rider, Matt Cardona's finisher. She goes for they're married, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that. She goes for the cover, but Bayley kicks out. She grabs Bayley, but Bayley pushes her onto the ropes and a modified zigzag by Bayley. She climbs to the top rope, but Piper drags Chelsea to the outside of the ring. Bayley with an elbow drop onto Piper Niven. I love Bayley's elbow drop. It reminds me of the Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop. So she elbow drops Niven on the outside of the ring. Chelsea throws Bayley over the barricade. Chelsea gets back into the ring, and as does Bayley. Chelsea with a kick followed by the Unprettier. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. So Chelsea Green wins. So I have Chelsea Green winning this match 100%. After her performance at Money in the Bank in Toronto, I believe it was this year, she deserves her flowers. And I'm glad that WWE is going to give her this title, because she's gone through some rough times. I believe she was fired and she came back under Triple H, and she's been, putting her work in and everything, and for her to win this title tomorrow night, I give she deserves it 100%. So then A video airs from the Machine Gun, Motor City Machine Guns. They talk about how they made a statement by winning the WWE Tag Titles, but they do not expect Johnny Gargano to do what he did. They tell Johnny that their titles are important, but this is not what they're about. And next week they will be students, and next week he will be the student, and they will be the teachers. So it looks like we're getting Chris Sabin versus Johnny Gargano next week. Should be a good match. Should be a very good match. So then another video package, but this time of Shinsuke Nakamura. He talks about how everyone will fall before his feet. Humiliated and forgotten. He says LA Knight was just the beginning, and how he's held something he'll never deserve. Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae. Next segment. We cut to Tiffany Stratton backstage, and in comes Nia Jax. Remember what I talked about earlier? She tells Tiffany that that's a tough night. It happens. Not everyone is meant to be a champion like her. And that's gonna rough Tiffany the wrong way. It looks like she's coming after you, Nia, so be prepared. In comes Candice LeRae. She says that while Tiffany was trying her best, she spoke to Nick Aldis and said she and Nia have a tag team match against Naomi and Bianca. Great. Interesting. So Tiffany and Nia have a tag team match against Naomi and Bianca next week. Could we see Tiffany Stratton winning the title next week? After what Nia Jax said, it's a tough night, but it happens. Not everyone is meant to be a champion like her. I think Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in that title, Money in the Bank briefcase next week against Nia Jax, and humiliate her just like she humiliated Tiffany Stratton with that statement. So Candice then said she knows that Tiffany wasn't able to bring in more gold to their group, but next week Nia can hold 2 titles. Oof. Nia tells her that they should go talk about it, and she walked away. Candice walks away, and Tiffany looks at her briefcase. Looks like it's happening. We've gotten all these teases. War Games. She pulled it out of the trash can. Is she gonna do it? Looks like next week Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase, while Nia Jax is not going to expect that. After these comments by both Candice LeRae and Nia Jax, of first the one where Nia Jax says not everyone is meant to be a champion like her, and then after next week's match, Nia can hold 2 titles. That's going to eat Tiffany Stratton. That's going to eat up Tiffany Stratton. She's only going to get pissed at that. It looks like she's and her then look at her briefcase when Candice and Nia walk away. Yeah, it's happening next week, 100%. So then we get the main event attraction: Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Michael Cole. Looks like this is going to be a sit down segment here. So Michael Cole is in the ring, and he introduced Cody Rhodes to the ring. Out comes Rhodes, and he hugs Michael Cole. Cody grabs a microphone, and Michael Cole introduces Kevin Owens to the ring. Kevin does not come out, and Cody says that Owens is not here. Kevin does not come out. Kevin Owens does not come out, and Cody says that Owens is not here. He tells Cole to do the interview, and Cole says that he wants to talk about what has taken over social media. He asked Cody about the gift that Triple H gave him to use at Saturday night's main event. I think we all know what it is, Michael Cole, but obviously, he wants to get it out there to the audience. We hear Kevin Owens speaking, and we see him in his car. He says, enough. He asks Cody how he can be okay with using all of his friends to help finish his stupid, pathetic little story. And he knows to stick it to their faces by teaming with Roman Reigns and Bad Blood. He asks Cody to be honest and tell him the truth. He tells Cody, say the truth, the same truth, which is that he is a bad son and brother. Ooh, yeah. The truth is he's a bad son and brother. Oof. Owens tells Cody that he was way more interesting as Stardust. Cody says, why wait for Kevin Owens to make more comments? He will go get him right away. Cody leaves the ring and heads to the back. We see Cody walking to the back. The camera follows Cody to the back. Cody leaves the ring and heads, we see Cody Rhodes heading to the back, looking for Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens hits him from behind. Owens slams him into the walls, and both men fight onto the entranceway. Out comes more security, but both men attack the security. They fight in the ring, and Cody with right hands, but more security and WWE officials run into the ring. Cody with a big boot to the face, and WWE officials try to break them up. Owens hits Cody with the WWE Undisputed Championship, and he throws it onto Cody. Security and WWE officials stand in front of Owens and Cody. Security and WWE officials stand in front of Owens, and Owens leaves the ring. And that's it. That's your Friday Night SmackDown. Wow, that's a lot of tension. So, Owens telling the truth that he's a bad son and bad brother to Dustin Rhodes' brother. Kevin Owens beating up Cody Rhodes even more. This feud is becoming really good. Tomorrow night, obviously, Saturday Night's main event. Dusty Rhodes being part of Saturday Night's main event back in the day. You know, the Winged Eagle title was a big part of Saturday Night's main event during Dusty's time, and a title he never held, but Cody will tomorrow night. And he's going to defend his brother and his dad's honor with what Kevin Owens said. You know, you're a bad husband, you're a bad son, you're a bad brother. He's going to defend it in their honor. I see this, people. I don't have Twitter anymore, thank God, but I see comments around YouTube and podcasts that I listen to for wrestling, and they say that wouldn't it be great? Obviously, the Winged Eagle is going to be for one night only. Wouldn't it be great if Kevin Owens wins the WWE Championship tonight? If he wins the WWE Championship tonight, throws the Winged Eagle in the championship, and throws the Winged Eagle in the trash can. Fans boo hard, and then he brings back the title that we see now. That would be so great. But I'm really excited for tonight's Saturday Night's main event. Again, like I said earlier when I first started here, I have a run tonight at 5:45. I should be back by 7:15. That'll give me enough time to have dinner and be ready for 8 o'clock. So join me for Saturday Night's main event tonight. Not only is it on Peacock, but it's on TV as well, NBC, which is great. But yeah, tonight's SmackDown, it was okay. It followed, obviously following stories. We had the match set for January 6th, Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. Looks like we're getting a 6-man tag next week. Like I said prior, Braun Strowman going to be on the Grayson Waller effect. I don't know why, but that's going to set up Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Strowman Part 2. What else? Obviously Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. That'd be, tonight. And then, from the spoilers, they talk about, they talk more about Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens next Friday. So it looks like after this match tonight, their feud is not over. And it makes me wonder, will Randy Orton show up tonight? We shall see. We shall see. But guys, that'll do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this review of SmackDown. My name is Hei5man, and like always, take care. I'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock for Saturday's main event.